Video is a dynamic asset that can really enhance a design, make it interesting for our audiences. In your interface design, let's look at adding video into our prototype work. Navigate to the video section in the start file and we'll get into it. Let's start with this desktop design here that made for the home page of our tours trekking company. It's very easy to add video, and I've got a couple here. You really just need to add it in the same way as you would potentially an image. And I've just dragged and dropped that first video into the home page here. We might want to have, might want to have a logo over the top there. So I'm just going to duplicate that. Need to be working the design section, something like so. That kind of looks okay. And so let's go ahead and preview that. First thing we'll notice is that it doesn't play. And I also should fix up the positioning of that logo. I'll just send that stuff to the back. Check that again quickly. Looks a bit better. So how do we make that work? Well, firstly, we'll select the video, and we've got this little icon up here that tells us that it is indeed a video. And also in our properties, we've got a little video tab here, and it's currently set to play on tap, which is good for mobile stuff. So let's tap it and we'll see that our video is working in our prototype, which is cool. What other options have we got there? We can play automatically, or we can set it to not play at all. We can also edit the playback, and this sends us to the prototype tab where we could change the trigger from a tap to a time or a drag or something like that. I'm going to go back to design and have a look at our video options here. Under this little icon, we can loop the playback, which is probably useful, and we could also add a poster frame if we wanted to. If we had a different image we wanted to add at the start of the video before it is played. So we'll just test that again. Oop, wrong page. Test that page. On tap it will play. On tap it will stop. But we can also play it automatically. And it'll also loop. I don't know how long this video is, but when it gets to the end it will start playing right from the start again. So that's pretty good, and I'm sure you can imagine, oh there it goes back to the loop, some possibilities with video. I wanted to have a look at video in another context, and I was thinking about creating a little video player with an expandable kind of viewport viewing option. So I'll drag in a couple of bits of video here. This first one into my first video window there, second one into this other video window there, and for each of those videos I'm going to play on tap. Play on tap, so we'll test that. So that looks good, and it will toggle off. Very good. So what I want to do now is, if I click on this little button here, I want to expand the video window, and we're going to do that with a bit of auto animate. Alright, so let's duplicate this page, Command D, or Object, Edit, Duplicate. And the stuff that I don't want to have on the page anymore, I'm going to just make that transparent, and then we'll adjust the positioning of our video. Now you can see that our video is more or less, oops, we can, it's in a mask like an image is in a mask, and we can double click in there and reposition either the mask or the video with inside that mask. Just going to make that a bit taller. I suppose to fit the video a little bit more appropriately, the aspect ratio. Alright, and I've got this little button here that will take it back to its original state. So if we click on this button here, it'll enlarge, and if we click on this button, we'll take it back to that original page. I reckon I might copy this one here and position it in this spot here because it's got the opposite little arrows. Alright, so great. So let's have a look at this. We'll go over to the prototype page, and we're going to get this button to transition us over to this page. And on a tap, that's going to be our trigger, but we're going to auto animate that. We're going to go to video narrow 1 with easy ease and make it pretty short to start with. See how that looks, and we'll test it. So that looks great, and we'll send this button back to our original page, so it's like a close button. On a tap trigger, auto animate, and back to video narrow over 0.3 of a second. So let's test that out and have a look at how that goes. First of all, we can play our video, and then we can enlarge it and take it back to the original page, all with the video playing in the background. I might just edit our video so that it, back in design mode, and play on tap, and we'll check the options to loop playback. Test that again. Looking good, and our little video player enlarges and shrinks down, all while the video's playing there. We can turn it off. Awesome.